Man, that's the end of what's been a good off season for us. As we head into the summer, we challenge the guys in several ways. The new guys, the guys that haven't been exposed to us, we challenge those guys to simply be in the best shape of their lives. They don't have control over a lot. They don't know what lies ahead. They haven't experienced it before. So to give themselves the best opportunity to be the best they can be, it just makes sense to be in the best shape of their lives. So we challenge them in that way. The guys that have been with us before, we told them if they assume anything, assume that more will be required of them this year than what's been required of them in the past. And that's a prudent approach to take. I look forward to getting in the Latrobe with this group and starting a formal development in pads and taking a significant step in that way. But I like the work that transpired out here. A lot of teaching, learning, culture building, getting a sense of what's expected and understood. Good things in that regard. Not a lot of detailed evaluations beyond that. Questions?
Mike, what are some of the main things? You're trying to see how quick maybe they assimilate, how quick they pick things up. What are you looking for, maybe?
Here, in this setting?
Yeah, right.
I don't even know that I'm looking for anything in terms of productivity in that way. I'm just trying to create an environment where we can teach and they can learn and evaluate that end of it, how they learn, how we teach, how communication happens formally and informally, trying to create an environment where that's highlighted. I think that's what's important to me right now.
Thinking pretty much do things the same way you always do them at St. Vincent, or do you have any changes planned for the process?
Stay tuned. I just told those guys to be ready. They realize that we'll turn over whatever stone that we need to in preparation in order to increase our chances. We'll continue to do that. How we've worked in the past is born out of that mentality. So I'm open. In the next 5 weeks, maybe I'll learn something new, maybe something to twinge me to add to our preparation plan. So we have a hardcore plan, but we're light enough on our feet to do it better. And so that's always going to be my mentality.
Mike, several of your coaches have kind of emphasized tackling, which is going to be a point of emphasis maybe in training camp. Might we see even more this year?
I haven't been around defensive coaches that don't emphasize tackling this time of year. That's what drives defensive coaches, just like offensive coaches talk about taking care of the ball this time of year. Those are just cliches that we throw around because we got to do interviews.
Any benefits that your young running backs have gotten over the last month out here getting all the work?
Sure. Football conditioning. You can run and get in shape. You can do cardio work. But there's no substitute for the unanticipated direction changes associated with playing, the reactionary things, particularly at the running back position. That's what this environment provides them.
Mike, what do you need to see from Juju for him to be full go at camp?
I anticipate him being that. I don't need to see anything unique from him that I don't expect to see from anyone else.
We had a chance to talk to him yesterday. He has a few personal goals that he wants to get better at in year 2. What would you like to see him improve upon?
I hadn't thought a lot about him individually, to be honest with you. I've been thinking about culture and environment. I'm sure it'll be time for that. As we get into Latrobe, we establish roles and things of that nature.
How do you think the culture is with you guys right now?
Man, it's great because we're undefeated and unscored upon. But everybody feels that way right now. I'm sure if you poll 31 other coaches, they feel great and have great optimism as well. That's what this time of year is about.
Can you tell a difference between teams in this time of year, or?
I don't try to waste my time trying to draw comparisons. I just stay focused on the development of this group.
Mike, what do you do the next 5 weeks?
Mind my business.
Mike, what are your expectations for Le'Veon in the next 2 months?
I expect him to be ready to be a big component for us in 2018, and he's been around us long enough to know and understand and embrace that.
Get the same sort of anticipation already for training camp that you usually have?
Hey, you guys know I love camp. Man, I go tonight, It's just how I am. I'm a football lover. I love that environment. I love the unintended consequences of training camp, the unique bonding opportunities, the growth opportunities individually and collectively. I appreciate our relationship with those guys up there in Latrobe at St. Vincent. I look forward to it.